530 Grid and to help us convert more prospects to clients, we have the absolutely fabulous Rosanna Boersma, and she leads the Awesome Women's Group, which is 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Mondays. Again, that is the Awesome Women's Group, 11:30 a.m., and that's going to be on Monday Central Standard Time. And the conference call for that is the same conference call for this, and it's 712-775-7031. Again, 712-775-7032. Mobile access is 688-592-POUND. So, Rosanna, take it away. Give us the DNA for business and how it pertains to converting more prospects to clients.
Thank you, Kevin. So, the DNA for business, it's a very exciting, but also it seems complex. And so we have what we call the 530 Grid. There are 6 levels of proficiency, which we also were told that box 11 at the bottom of the 530 Grid was converting more prospects to clients. So there are 6 levels of proficiency for each of the 5 areas that makes up the 30 part of the 530 Grid. Each of those levels provides strengths for your business. And so if you follow them in the numbers in the right-hand corner in the right order, you can really accomplish great things. And you know, however, it's not just for business. It can go ahead and be for volunteering. It can be for anything to do with people. You can get more excitement, more energy, more volunteers by knowing the 530 Grid and how to go ahead and work your way through that. It's kind of a scientific process that helps businesses grow. So if you haven't had a chance to write down your biggest challenge, it would be a good time to write that down, because one of the things that the 530 Grid can do is help you with one of your challenges in your business. And that's kind of what I'd like to do today, is to make sure that when you're done with this, this DNA for business and DNA for life and DNA for people, that you will go ahead and accomplish something to help your biggest challenge. I would say that the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have your targets identified and who you want to speak to. Identifying the targets is the most important, because if you don't have targets, you can't go any further. And so it may be somebody you just talked to yesterday. It may be somebody, I know that there's some people that are doing Uber driving, and they're asking people's biggest challenges, and that helps to open the door to go ahead and get people interested in what you're saying. So identifying your targets, and the way you get those targets is by asking the key questions. I was on a couple calls yesterday. All I had was just a name and a number, and I called them up, and I said, I know so-and-so talked to you the other day, and I asked them a couple questions, and they were hooked, because they were like, wow, these are questions that really help me. And so one of those questions is asking the biggest challenge. And so once you get those kind of things involved with the people and ask them the questions, then they're open to listening to you and what you have to say. And after you do that, after you get your targets figured out, you want to make sure that you have some sort of way to tracking them. Best way to track somebody, the targets, is to have a spreadsheet of these people, their name, their phone number, a little information of what they said their biggest challenge is, and then you can go ahead and have like a warm client already, because you know some information about them that may be able to help them in their life and their business. Once you go ahead and get this spreadsheet figured out and you're tracking your leads, then you can start to go ahead and implement some strikes, some strategic strikes to help them to see that maybe it's a white paper that you thought of when they asked about their biggest challenge on time. Maybe it was something that they said that indicated that they needed help with communication. So there's white papers out there that you may have information on. There's also, you know, like Tanglewood, they're trying to get people in that are interested in majestic structures, and so they're going to look for the right wording to go ahead and to bring these people in to go ahead and help them be interested in what they're doing. Once you go ahead and get your spreadsheet and you've got your information going out to people, you want to make sure that you're tracking whether this information that you're sending to them is working. You want to make sure that what you said made a difference. Are they responding, or did they just delete the email? So you have some way to go ahead and track whether people are, even reading what you're talking about. Maybe call them and say, hey, did you get my white paper? What did you think about it? Is there something that I could help you, something else that I could help you with? And so making sure that you're touching them in the way that is of value to them. And one of those ways is what Cheryl spoke in, is making sure that you're talking to them in the way that they are interested. Obviously, they're not going to be real interested in something in a lot of detail. If they're a driver, they just want to get it done, and they want to, okay, they're going to read the white paper. Oh, I got this, and we're going to go. And so maybe making sure that you're working through their personality and how they're understanding you. So I think that, if you're wanting to go ahead and convert more prospects to clients, you have to make sure you understand your clients and you understand what they're doing. So the biggest challenge is definitely the first question to even getting a chance to have them be one of your clients. Once you have clients, there's also the chance that they are interested in what you do, and so they will refer other people to you. And it's important for them to understand what you do so they can go ahead and tell others. And they're going to be happy with you. They'll go ahead and refer others to you. I was encouraging people to go ahead and watch The Founder if they want to have any idea on how to get more people interested in what you're doing. I think the way that when I watched this, I watched it twice, and Ray Kroc found something missing in what was going on when he was served food, how they did it. And so he was always looking for new and innovative ideas. So it's always good to be aware of what you want, what other people are looking for. Are they looking for fast? Are they looking for analytical details? Are they looking for fun? Are they looking for more people involved? So always be aware of what your clients and people you've talked to are wanting. So Kevin, I believe the 530 grid can help you in many different areas. If you have that in front of you on the fourfold, the making sure that you're always tracking your leads and making sure that you have a system in place. It's very important. I mean, if you call one person one day and you tell them you're going to call them in 2 weeks because they're busy, if you don't have that written down or if you don't have that tracked, you're going to forget that person and you're going to lose your prospect that you had involved. So it's always important to make sure you're tracking everything you're doing with these clients and having some sort of system that helps you to do that. I think that's all I have for you. Is there any questions that people have?
Hi, Rosanna.
Patrick, go ahead. Go ahead, Cheryl.
Well, I was wondering, when you ask key questions, with each, to be able to convert them better, is there certain kinds of questions that should be asked?
Well, we have a system that we ask them. We ask them their biggest challenge. We ask them what they'd love help on, and that's the open door. Then we start asking them the shapes, which you obviously noted, that way we have an understanding of what their personality is. And then after we ask them those questions, we start drilling in a little bit deeper. What is it they want to change? What is it, what is it that they're looking for? If we're trying to make a business client, we're going to ask them maybe what their WOW income goal is. So we have an idea of what that they're interested in. How exciting would it be for them to make this amount of money? So we're kind of looking to see, just asking them questions that make sense to the business and make sense to them.
Okay, that makes sense. So do you have the set of questions? Do you track which ones work the best?
I think we have tracked that. That's why the questions that we have, we are pretty solid on those questions. And so I believe the tracking system has been already in place. And if for some reason they are not working, then we tweak it here and we tweak it there until it makes sense to the people that we're talking to.
Great. Thank you, Rosanna.
Rosanna, Patrick had a question. He said, you mentioned what's your biggest challenge? And his question is, if I have a lot of challenges, how do I determine what is the biggest and what I should work on first? How would you answer that?
I think I would go ahead and drill down a little bit deeper and say which one is causing them the most pain. And most likely, if it's causing them a lot of pain, then it's affecting the other areas in their life, and maybe that's, those challenges are falling under that huge one. So if it's money, then, then obviously 6 or 7 things underneath that is going to be money connected. So I would say, what is causing the largest pain for them?
Wow, great answer. And I want to get back here to Anna. Anna, you still with us?
Yes, I am. Go ahead.
Okay, great. So do you see how by asking questions, asking good questions in a system, I mean, Rosanna started with, and once we have the spreadsheet in place and we're tracking 100% of our clients, and once we understand who these clients are with their personalities, we can ask them the biggest challenge. At that point, we can also ask them what they'd love help on, which is the open door. Once we get to the shapes and drill deeper, and people are looking for what might, what they'd like to change, the next level is the pain, And when you find out what people's pain is the most, you're actually helping them the most, which is kind of counterintuitive to what most people do, which is not drill into the pain of people, but to make them feel better. Maybe that's why the 530 grid is so revolutionary. Maybe that's why what we do is so different than any other business system that's out there, because once we do that, you've got a client that's locked in. They're referring you to others and understanding what people are looking for. They are getting their answers. They're getting what they need. Do you see how this can revolutionize your business?
Actually, that's something that I've already been ingrained for 5 years. The pain, the struggles, the everything, getting down to the point level. That's the only way you can actually grow and understand their needs.
Exactly. I appreciate the
input. Kevin,
any other questions?
One thought I have is that one of the things I have heard that it is important to go ahead and not only help people but heal people. You want to make sure that they're not just happen to keep coming back, and that they actually, once they have accomplished and they're working through that, they actually it actually heals them so that they can move on.
Wow. So if they can move on, now you've helped them heal, you've helped them actually create massive value in their life. Is that right?
Which creates the fact that you're trying to create more prospects to clients to prospects, and clients to prospects. There you go.
Absolutely.
And prospects to clients, so back and forth. So I think that if you're helping people to go ahead and heal, then they feel like they've got something out of it, and then they'll be excited about telling others.
That is absolutely spectacular, Rosanna. I hope everybody on the call is paying attention to really seeing how this can change your life, change your business, change your relationships that you have, converting more prospects to clients, doing it in less time, with less stress, making more money, and better life balance.